there's a little more to the story. So about in the middle of the session, I said, I'm going to go by there. They say, he might cut suspicious minds, so I'm thinking about it. He really needs to record that. And by the way, you're wasting your time. If somebody doesn't want to sing your song, they've got to want to sing it to get that performance. So if somebody doesn't want to sing my song, it's no problem. I'll move on to the next one or whatever, because they have to want to sing it. But anyway, in the middle of the session, they had taken a break, and I'm thinking two things. Is he going to record Suspicious Minds? Because it's really a great performance. Could be. And another thing, is Elvis, or is there a time that people start, imitating themselves? It's been 20 years. I mean, you can do gestures and all that stuff, and I don't know Elvis that well. And so, when I went over to Elvis, there was a break, and Elvis was leaning up against the baffle near the vocal mic and everything, taking a break. He was leaning up against it. I said, "Hey Elvis, I heard you might cut Suspicious Minds." He was leaning against it. He said, "Yeah, Mark, I've been thinking about it." Well, that sounded just like Elvis, the way Elvis talks. And I said, "Yeah, that's Elvis, and he's real, and he's thinking about cutting Suspicious Minds." But, the bottom line is, yeah, they did record it. They tried to make it greater, and they did. Providing Elvis would sing it and get a great performance, and he did. And providing RCA knew what it was, and they started pounding it and promoting it, and they did. It was #1 in 27 countries. And Elvis was on top again, and so was I.
It's a great story because that is Elvis's biggest selling record, 40 million. And can I add a PS to that, Mark? I'm in the control room at American. The control room at American Studios, gosh, Marcus, third of the sides of the stage, right over, that was it. So Chip's Moment is in there, and Harry Jenkins, the president of RCA, is in there. I'm in there, and Freddie Beanstalk, and Tom Diskin from Colonel Parker, watching, those are the guys that I put down at the dinner table. So Chip says, "Hey Elvis," he said, "we think this Suspicious Minds would be a good song for you." And I was just sitting over the corner, and Elvis said, "Yeah, play that, let me hear it again." He played it for him, and Elvis said, "Yeah, man, I like it, Chips, let's do that." And so, when he said that, Elvis went back out in the studio, and these two jerks, Tom Diskin from Colonel Parker's office, and Freddie Beanstalk from Hill and Range Music, who had been bringing in crappy material, they jumped up and said, "Elvis, Chip's Moment, we got to have part of the publishing, we got to have part of the writing." And man, Chips had a temper, Mark, you know that. And man, he exploded. He got up, I'm not going to say the language he used, but he said, "You so-and-so, you leeches." He said, "This guy was starving to death. He came up from Houston, Texas, and he wrote a great, great song. And Elvis is going to cut, and y'all want part of the song?" He said, "I'll tell you what, the session is over." I never seen this. It's a true story. He said, "The session is over." He said, "You can take these damn tapes and stick them up your rear and get out of the studios." He was really mad because they were trying to get part of the song and market. Worked so hard on it. We've been very diligent about carefully presenting it to Elvis, So Harry Jenkins jumped up, the president of RCA, and he said, "You guys get out of here." He said, "I'll talk to Mr. Moment about this." And so they left, and so Chips turned to me, he said, "GK, what do I do about Elvis?" And I said, "Chips, let me go out. You call Elvis in the control room. When Elvis comes in the control room, I've been around a lot of his sessions, when he comes in the control room, you say to him, Elvis, GK, Elvis, I need to talk to you in private. GK, would you mind excusing us here?" And he don't know that's important. You're going to talk to him in private. He knows it's important. So I got in the studio, and I'm talking to Bobby Wood, the keyboard player. But out of the corner of my eye, I'm watching, because I knew Elvis like a book. And Chips was trying to explain it to him, and Elvis just laughed, and he said, I know what he said, I could read his lips. He said, "Forget about them," I ain't going to use the language he used. He said, "Forget about them so-and-so." He said, I could read through the window there. He said, "Chips, all you got to worry about is me." And Chips said, "Oh, thank God, Elvis, let's go, let's cut it." That's what happened.
I already threatened.
Great news, guys, there's more to that episode. To watch the full episode, be sure to press that video right there. Yeah, that video is the full episode, and you'll learn more about Elvis Presley. Hey, and subscribe to Globetrotting with Trey by clicking that icon right now. You'll stay updated with every new video upload, which is once every Tuesday. Watch this video. You're going to enjoy it.